We're going to graph this equation right here by plotting the intercepts. Okay, so very specific points that they want. You have to show the intercepts if you want to get the credit for this question. So if you have a line, maybe your line is the exact same as theirs, but if you don't show the intercepts either on the graph or if you're using a software by clicking them, then it's going to mark it wrong. So they specifically want you to find the intercepts. So, hey class, how do you find intercepts? Well, to find the x-intercept, you plug in a 0 for y. So to find the x-intercept, you plug in a 0 for y. To find the y-intercept, you plug in a 0 for x. Now, we always pick a third point just to make sure that your line is correct, in case you make a mistake for one of those two. So this is not a very easy problem to find a point to pick. Usually I will pick a multiple of these coefficients, 6 times 4, something like that. I'm going to go ahead and choose 6, and I'll choose it for the y. So if I get a fraction, that's okay. I can still use that to see if my line is doing what I think it's going to do. So 0 for y will give me my x-intercept, and a 0 for x will give me my y-intercept. And that is true for whether it's a line or no matter what your equation is or what your graph looks like. Let's go ahead, let's write the original equation down, and we're going to start plugging in. So here is my original equation. 6x minus 4y equals negative 12. And I'm going to plug in a 0 for the y. So I have 6x minus 4 times y equals negative 12. Instead of a y, I'm going to put in a 0. So now 4 times 0 is 0. Anything minus 0 is just itself. So 6x minus 0 is just going to be 6x equals negative 12. Divide both sides by 6 to get that grumpy x by itself. And here the grumpy old x equals negative 2. So my x-intercept is negative 2, 0. All right, let's do it again. We're going to find our y-intercept. So I write down my original equation right here. I'm going to plug in a 0 for x. 6x minus 4y equals negative 12. Plug in that 0 for x. 6 times 0 is 0. So on the left-hand side, I have negative 4y equals negative 12. Divide both sides by negative 4 to get that grumpy y by itself. And here she is. Y equals negative over negative is a positive. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So my y-intercept is 0, 3. Now I could graph it right now, but if I really want to be sure, I'm going to pick this third point. So I'll make sure that I'm correct. Write down the original equation again. And I can pick any point that I want now. I decided to pick a 6 for y. So 6x minus 4 times y equals negative 12. And if this doesn't work out, then do you throw away the 6? You pick another number you could try. Put in a 6 here. 6x minus 24 equals negative 12. And let's do a few steps to get that grumpy x by itself. Let's add 24 to both sides. So now I have 6x equals 12. Divide both sides by 6, and x will be 2. So that one actually worked out nicely. All right, let's go over on the graph. First, I have negative 2, 0. Means 2 to the back, 0 up and down. So negative 2 zeros right there. And then I have 0, 3. And you have to click on these two intercepts, 0, 3. Okay, I draw my line. I need to make sure that it goes through 2 and 6. Try again, see if we can do better. Yeah, that's better. All right. Does that go through 2, 6? Let's see. 2 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure does. Okay, even though I can't draw that point, that's my test point. So I know that this is going to be correct.